Hi, good morning. This is your host, this is your guy, DLG Reppin. To the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. How are you all? Hope all is all blessed and well, yeah? I'm just at home and as you can see, I'm doing another video recording based on my footballing context and keeping it football on this lovely, beautiful football channel. So allow me to start off with England manager and what he has said. It says in the title here, Southgate tremendously proud of his players. And when I read the context here, manager Gareth Southgate says he is tremendously proud of how his England players have spoken out on racism and campaigned for charity in recent times. Raheem Sterling and Tyrone Mings have both voiced their opinions on the Black Lives Matters movement. So basically, he is pleased that his players have come out and spoken about the racism that is that's living within our society, and obviously the George Floyd killing, which was so unlawful and despicable, and the players have had their say about it and what needs to be done. I mean, a lot needs to be done in society, to tackle this ugly disease called racism. Some say racism is a bigger disease than the coronavirus. Well, I'm afraid not. That's why I didn't personally go to central London to protest, because it's not even the factor of getting caught up in the whole violent situation. It's the fact of me spreading the coronavirus or someone giving it to me. And before you know it, I'll have this bad pain physically, and I'm going to be in need of the NHS. And before you know it, they tell me that I've got this COVID-19, and that's the most scariest thing. Don't get me wrong. I'll give credit and praise where it's due to those who decided to go out and protest peacefully, and that's for the majority. But no credit or no respect for those mindless idiots who attacked the police officers, who attacked police horses, vandalizing statues. I mean, someone Winston Churchill was a racist. Now, I can't talk about someone that I don't know. I haven't done any researches or done any history on him. But as far as I know, and as far as it stands, he seems to be the only Prime Minister that England has had in this country, that we as in England had in this country, that did good for the people. We'll never know if he had a racial background or not, And it's been said that if it weren't for Winston Churchill, the freedom of every man, woman, youth and child coming from every background all over the world will not be a reality because of Winston Churchill. So, we'll never know. But one thing for sure, vandalizing is an act of criminal damage, and those will be prosecuted and brought down to justice, and the law will come down hard on them if CCTV spots who the culprits are, and which is a sad, sad shame. Anyway, reading on, Jordan Henderson led a players' initiative to raise money for the NHS, while Marcus Rashford has worked with a charity that helps feed children. Southgate said he has great admiration for the maturity they are showing. And that is a remarkable man that Southgate is. He always speaks very well, very humble, and he will continue to do the job as an England manager, and long may it continue. So moving on in other news, Stoke City's game against Manchester United was rearranged as a friendly, but sadly due to the fact that Michael O'Neill, who's the manager of Stoke City nowadays, yes, for those of you that don't know Michael O'Neill, he's a former Northern Ireland international manager of the football team, that is. He sadly was tested positive for COVID-19, and it's been said that he may isolate for, let's say, 7 to 14 days. Let's have a look here. Read about it here. Stoke City manager Michael O'Neill has tested positive for COVID-19 after the latest round of testing on Monday. A planned practice match between Stoke City and Manchester United was cancelled at short notice on Tuesday once the situation became apparent. Stoke had arrived at United's Carrington training base and were in the academy building when they found out. O'Neill, 50, had tested negative in the previous rounds of testing. So, he's done well in the previous rounds to test negative, and then for some apparent reason he's tested positive for COVID-19. And we just wish him all the best. And Michael O'Neill, I hope you get well soon, and hope you get back to doing what you do best, and that's managing Stoke City and your playing staff, and getting back to your office in the football club as well. I mean, it's a shame that it's happened to you, but I think in the respects, the practice match with Manchester United had to be postponed, and rightfully so. I mean, Stoke City fans, how worried are you for Michael O'Neill? You obviously believe that he will pull through. If you want to drop your comments below, then do so, yeah? And I'll have a conversation. And another thing, drive the thumbs up like button for me on this channel, more than a thumbs down. And more of the subscribers for me, yeah? I've bigged up someone yesterday, and I can big you up today. When I say big up, I'll give you a shout out, yeah? For subscribing to my channel, yeah? And yeah, smash that subscribe button, left, right and centre. Passionately and hard. Yeah, that's the subscribe button I'm talking about. Smash it as powerfully as possible, yeah? The more subscribers, the more the channel will look good. Right, moving on in other news. Everton players have voluntarily agreed to wage deferrals of up to 50% for 3 months as the Premier League club responds to the coronavirus crisis. Wow. Carlo Ancelotti, his backroom team and other members of senior staff deferred up to 30% of their salaries at the start of the pandemic. Everton Chief Executive Denise Barrett Baxendale thanked players and staff for showing integrity and honour. Fans have donated 400,000 from season ticket and membership refunds. Wow, that takes a lot of courage to do that, and I mean a lot of courage. So Everton players have given 50% of their wages for 3 months. I mean, that's 3 months of deferring their wages. I mean, that's a good sign. That's a goodwill gesture for me. And Everton players and the management alone, they get my full respect for making that decision. It can't have been easy because of their families. Some players might have mortgages to pay for. Not that I think they have a mortgage, or road tax on their car, MOT, petrol. I just hope, well, that most of the players of Everton will not be affected too much, where they can still pay for basic things every day. So Everton fans, I've heard that you've given £400,000, and that comes with refunds of membership as well as season tickets. I mean, I hope you're pleased with what you've contributed, and I hope you're not upset about contributing too much. If possible, just get back to me on my channel, DLG Reppin, and let's have a conversation. And another thing, please subscribe to my channel. That's DLG Reppin, and drive the thumbs up like button. But the main thing is, make sure you subscribe to my channel, DLG Reppin, and I'll look forward to bringing you more footballing context, and more if there's any transfer gossip to go through, I will go through them as well. Oh, speaking of which, as an Arsenal fan, just talking about the Arsenal, and I'm hearing that my football club are in talks or linked with Thiago Silva on a free transfer. Wow, anything free, anything on a cheap, Arsenal definitely all ears. For me, Thiago Silva, is he the centre-half that we need? Well, I've looked at a comment section in DT's channel, and someone said that we'll be linked with Upper Makana when he gets to 42. Sarcastically said by a supporter, I believe. But for me, Thiago Silva at Arsenal, I mean, he's a very top-class defender. He's a very good defender, top class. Is he what Arsenal want? I mean, Arsenal fans, would you be pleased to see a Thiago Silva in an Arsenal shirt week in, week out? I mean, if he performs well and he helps the defence improve, I mean, I wouldn't have any complaints. But for me, I think we should go out there and find the money, get the money in our accounts. The money that we've got in our accounts is enough to pay for Upper Marcano and his wages, enough to pay for Thomas Partey and their wages, enough to pay for Max Aarons and his wages. Because for me, the players that we've got are not good enough. I mean, you could accuse me of being negative, but I'm saying what I'm saying because I want better from Arsenal. And we as Arsenal fans deserve better. Arsenal as a football team deserves better, you know? And we're not getting looked after by the board of directors, or we're not getting looked after by Stan Kroenke as such. He's still not doing enough to look after us. All right, despite the fact that he's given money to the recruitment team to purchase the players that we've purchased, which, to make no mistake, they're not good enough, such as Granit Xhaka, Mustafi, Mkhitaryan, El Neni. These players are just not good enough. And the ones that have been talked about being on the transfer list, like such as Meta Guendouzi and Maitland-Niles, they are good enough to be in our midfield week in, week out. It's just the patience of the fans for me. If it was down to me, I will play them. If I was Arteta, I'll be thinking about playing either Meta Guendouzi or Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the midfield week in, week out. Forget about what the fans think. You know, I've seen Maitland-Niles perform in the midfield where he won the Man of the Match award. Yeah, regardless of losing 2-1 to Manchester United that day, he was the best player on that pitch in front of 76,000 spectators. He performed fantastically well. And yet he got Man of the Match, but yet he was on the losing side. So be it. He showed the world that day that he is a midfielder and one for the future. His career at Arsenal has been wasted by playing on the right hand side of midfield because the club wasn't able. The club couldn't be bothered to show any ambition and go and strengthen that right back position, where Bellerin has been poor for how many years? How many recent years? And for me, it's time to go out and get a Max Aarons in that position. I mean, for now, I'll go with Cedric Soares, for the game against Manchester City. I will go with him. Left back, Kieran Tierney's fit, he starts. There's a reason why we paid 25 million for him. Look at how proven he is. He's collected league titles and cups and whatnot with Celtic. And in doing so, he has shown his talent. I mean, he's got voices talking about him being better than Andy Robertson of Liverpool. Well, in the very long term, I will be the judge of that. I'll definitely look forward to being a judge of that in the very long term. Let's say in the next 5 years from now. He could be better than Andy Robertson. I'm not saying he can't be, and I'm not saying he is better than Andy Robertson at the moment, but that could be the case. But looking at our defence, we need a Max Aarons, and we need another Upamecano in there. And it's whether the board want to pull their fingers out of their backsides and get the players and back Arteta. There's only so much Arteta can do without no money. So much. He needs to be backed. Yeah? If you wanted him in the first place, then you back him. You back him. Especially if he's doing sweet FA wrong. And he deserves the reward that he needs. He deserves the funds that he needs to strengthen the Arsenal back four and the midfield as such. Then you back him. End off. That goes for you, Stan Kroenke, and for you, the board of directors. You back him. We look at what Chelsea are doing. They're going on a spending spree. Leicester are going to strengthen. Man United are going to strengthen. I can go on. Oh, Manchester City and Liverpool, not forgetting. Wolves. And Sheffield United will want to get stronger. Huh? And we are falling behind. We're going backwards. We're sinking. Like the Titanic ship. And enough is enough. It's time for us to start rising again. Because we are that sinking, sleeping giant of English football. Let's be real. And it's embarrassing. So anyway, enough of this. Enough about Arsenal. And I'm going to end it here. If you've got anything you want to add to this channel, then drop it in the comment section below. Do smash the thumbs up like button, but more so than ever, smash the subscribe button for me, left, right, and centre, passionately and hard. And I'll leave you in peace, love, and bless. Yeah, and that's all I've got to say on this matter. So it's your guy, your host, DLG Reppin on my football channel. To the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening once again. And I look forward to hearing from you, hopefully. I look forward to seeing some views on my channel, yeah? And I want some viewers to keep track. And you viewers, if you know about my channel, yeah? Spread the word to your friends, to your relatives, yeah? Please spread the word to your friends, relatives, even the acquaintances that DLG Reppin is on YouTube. And I'm on YouTube to stay. Thank you for listening again. Thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to hearing from you again. So, this is your host again, DLG Reppin. And once again, I'm out. See you for this afternoon and this evening. Laters.